Hello and welcome to 24 Hours Boss Creators Juice. On tonight, I want to say to you, happy Monday. I hope you're having a wonderful day on today. I want to welcome you to tonight's show. Of course, this is the show for content creators or aspiring creators. And on tonight, I wanted to just do something different in regards to talking about just being thankful for the journey that we're on. And being that Thanksgiving is right around the corner this week, I just wanted to do something in regards to just being thankful and appreciating like where you're at in your journey. And so that's what I want to talk about tonight. But if you're watching this video, if you could just like this video, share this video wherever you're watching it, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. And if this is your first time here, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That definitely helps our platform, helps our channel grow so that others can discover it. So I thank you in advance for liking and sharing and also becoming a subscriber. And so, like I said, I just wanted to talk about appreciating where you are in your journey, because I know some of us are in different phases. Sometimes it seems like we're stuck, but sometimes, we just got to take a step back and appreciate where we are. So I want to welcome you again for joining. Also, if you have any comments or questions, as my friend Charlton Lewis would say, the comments section is for you. So don't be afraid to add your thoughts and your comments as well as we dive into this topic on tonight. All right. So I just want to go ahead and jump to this. And before we do, I want to say I have a little short video that I would like to share with you on tonight. And let me get it up here on the screen. And this is one of my favorite shows. This is Little House on the Prairie. But it's a good little scene here. But I want to just share this scene just to kind of set a foundation for this topic on tonight. So I just want to share this with you and let you see it.
You can't sleep.
No.
How would you like me to heat some milk?
No.
Everything's going to be all right. We've been through worse than this.
I know that. It's just that you plan on something. 2 months' wages and then nothing. I can't pay Olson. First time in my life I couldn't meet a debt.
It isn't your fault.
Well, it is in the fact that I ran up to debt. I was just so sure of that money. Sometimes I think we're better off alone on the prairie. We just have to depend on ourselves. Nobody else. Maybe it's God's way of punishing me for wanting too much.
Or his way of testing you to see if you're worthy of his love.
I just hope I'm worthy of yours. I'll find work tomorrow. You wait and see.
I wasn't worried. Now, how about that milk?
I'd love some.
That is a great scene. I love that. Little House on Prairie, man, I miss those days. Those were the simple days and simple times. Little House on Prairie. If you've never seen Little House on Prairie, you are missing out on a great show. That was wonderful. But in that scene, of course, that was a husband and wife. If you don't know Little House on the Prairie, Charles Ingle and his wife. But the mill he was working at basically went bankrupt. Yeah, that's right. Tamika, great show, classic. But basically, the mill he was working at, it went bankrupt. Of course, this is where he worked, so this is what allows him to bring income into his house, right? So it goes bankrupt, so he's got debts. So with it going bankrupt, of course, now he couldn't sleep. He's up thinking about what in the world am I going to do? And, I'm pretty sure some of us have been there, right? Where money is tight, we lose jobs, and we wonder, what are we going to do? Of course, it was good that he had his wife there with him to kind of console him, to encourage him, and sometimes that's what we need to get us to the next moment or the next move that we're going to make. And she would just let him know, hey, it's not your fault, right? Because the mill shut down. That's not your fault. And she talked to him, and of course, encouraged him. And after their little conversation, of course, he just said, you know what? I'll go find a job tomorrow. And sometimes that's what it takes, right? That's what it takes to just get a second thought or take a second breath to try to figure out, what am I going to do in the next move. But not only that, that is a classic example of, we all go through things in life. We all experience setbacks. We all experience struggles. We all experience so many things in life, to where it's like we don't know what we're going to do. But it's a common thing. And I have some slides here just with some information that I'm going to share. But I thought that scene really kind of set an example of reality, right? Where we all experience different things in life. And of course, and if you watch that episode, Charles Ingalls and the family, they do bounce back. Actually, this whole family comes together to help work and to help make money, and they're able to pay their debts. And sometimes it takes that, right? But let me get to my first slide here. Okay, so here's a question I want to throw out here. Looking at Mr. Charles Ingalls, even maybe even considering yourself, and even just thinking about life in general, right? This is a thought that I had as I was thinking about this show and preparing for this show tonight. Is life fair? I'm sure you've heard that statement, and I know it's been made. I think we've probably all said that statement, asked that question. Is life fair? Sometimes it doesn't seem fair, right? And then I was just thinking, in regards to this question, I was thinking, who isn't it fair to, when we think about that question? Because, of course, there are no guarantees in life, but when we think about it, who isn't it fair to, right? And I was thinking, in regards to this question, does God allow us to go through problems so that we can feel our fair share of tough times? And that was a thought that came to me in regards to, is life fair? Right? Is it fair? Does God allow us to experience problems uh, so that we feel maybe some fair share? Because when you think about it, there are people born with limitations, right? There are some people born blind, some people born they're not able to use all of their limbs. They have limitations. And so, would it be fair for me? I'm just saying, me, Brian, would it be fair for me to not experience anything in life? And you got these people that have experienced limitations from birth, right? And so, just thinking about, is life fair? Sometimes we could come to the answer, it's not. But then when you really think about it, there are some that are that are worse off than us. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get us to look at. There are some that are worse off than us. And so when you consider that, it's not fair to those that are born with limitations. So again, does God allow us to experience certain things so that we can experience our fair share of problems or setbacks? And not only that, but for the main reason of this show tonight, for us to appreciate our lives and where we are. Right. So I don't know. I'm not God, of course, but that thought just came to me. Right. And even thinking about, our parents, I know, all of our parents, they've shared stories of how they grew up and how that, they were born or, they had worse problems than what we had. Right. I look at my kids, all our kids, I remember a time where, we put box fans in the windows to try to cool off in the summertime. And most of our kids, they got ceiling fans in their rooms and all of this great stuff, right? But we were fighting mosquitoes in the summertime, so we had to put the box fan in the windows. But we have so much to be thankful for because we are so much better than were our grandparents, our parents, and even our children are in better positions. Most of them, or some of them, I'll say, some of them are in better positions than we were. So there is so much to be thankful for, and so much to be grateful for. So is life fair? Sometimes it doesn't feel fair, but then when you consider the whole brunt of things, you know God does things, of course, how He wants to do them, but He knows and He's in control. But again, like I stated, we will all experience problems in life. Okay, we're all going to experience problems in life. Some of us lose jobs, like I said. We have setbacks. We lose loved ones, friends. We experience financial issues sometimes. Just as on Little House on the Prairie, they experience their own issues, and that's why that show was great, and because it really showed some realities of life and things that people really go through. And I think one of the best things we can do and help, even with this generation, is help them to understand that not everything is going to go your way. We all experience problems and setbacks, and that's just a fact of life. Sometimes I think some people get so wrapped up into maybe social media and maybe comparing their lives and seeing who's rich, who's not rich, that they forget that we're all going to experience these things in life. Right, we're all going to experience that. I want to say thank you to all of you who are joining in. Thank you, Tamika, for your comment. Thank you, Latasha, for your comment. Love Little House on the Prairie. Always some great lessons. Yes, on that show. Right. And that's what I love about that show. There was great lessons. And that's what I appreciate about the old shows, because it did give us lessons and help us to understand life, the realities of life. And not only that, but just help you to appreciate where you are and who you are as a human being. But we will all experience problems in life. All of us will, and that's just a setback. But if you have your family, right? I'm thankful for my family, right? I got a wife, I have children that support me, so I'm grateful for that. Even though I have setbacks, everything doesn't go my way, but I'm appreciative of the life and the family that I have to support me. So if you have that, regardless to where you're at, that is something to be thankful for, right? So if you got a job, there's a lot of people without jobs out there. If you have a job, if you're able to, earn some honest wages, that is a blessing. So you should appreciate that and just thank God for that. And maybe you're not where you want to be, but you know what? That gives you an opportunity to figure out, where can I go next, right? Like I said, there are some people that have more limitations than you do. So just putting everything in perspective, appreciate where you are in life. Maybe you also, have the support of your friends, which is great to have. Friends, family, those are all great things to have. So if you have these things, regardless to where you are, that is something to definitely be thankful for. Okay. That is something to be thankful for. Okay. So now I want to just talk about some creator myths, right? I want to talk about some creator myths. And I have about three up here. Of course, I have three, but I want to talk about some myths that I think we experience as creators, and sometimes it can weigh on us because we maybe get tied up into these things. So the first myth that I have up here is your content needs to be perfect. Your content needs to be perfect. And of course, that answer is false. Your content doesn't need to be perfect. Right. As a matter of fact, I dare to say, if any of our content is perfect, of course, you can make it better, but perfectionism will eat you up if you try to, make sure everything that you create, post, make sure it's perfect. That will eat you up, because you will never be pleased, because your content has to be perfect. It's got to look this way, it's got to look that way, or I can't post it. And that is a myth. And sometimes we can get caught up into that, trying to make sure it's perfect. And it can it could be stressful because we want to make sure that it's perfect. And sometimes also it causes us to compare ourselves to others because we look at, man, my content doesn't look like their content. Well, your content won't look like maybe somebody else's content that's, they've been doing this a while. So it takes time to build yourself up. So allow yourself to grow, and don't allow trying to be a perfectionist to cause you to have stress and anxiety because you're trying to make sure your content is just perfect. And the gist of it is that it takes time to build yourself up. So don't allow trying to be perfect to cause that to be a hang up for you. So you want to make sure that you just try to create the best content you can create. Don't worry about trying to compare yourself to others. Just create the best content you can create. Let me look at some of these comments here. It's like wanting your new car to get dirty. Yes, impossible. That is correct. Just teach. Wanting your new car to get dirty. Impossible, or not get dirty, I would say. That's correct. There's no way. I just washed my car, but it's raining. I'm sorry. You're going to have to wash that car again. But and that's just the gist of it, right? So don't allow trying to be a perfectionist or perfectionism to hinder you, because it can really weigh on you as a content creator, because you're trying to make sure I got this, make sure I do that. But just create the best content you can and learn from your mistakes, which I'm going to talk about that a little later. But yeah, don't allow trying to be perfect to be a hang up for you. Zay Mixon, thank you for joining. Right, your audience appreciate knowing that you're human. Yes, I'm talking about that too, and that there may be some mistakes. That is well said. We are human. We're gonna make mistakes. I do it all the time. I try to make sure that a lot of the things I spell, it's 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 got no errors. As a matter of fact, I try to make sure I maybe get another eye, like my wife, to look at it. Sometimes I rush and don't get her to look at it, and then I look out there and, oh man, I done misspelled something. So it happens, right? But it's not the end of the world, right? So just work on being a better you, and just create the best content you can. But that is well said. We are human. We're gonna make some mistakes. All right. Myth number 2. I feel creator burnout, but I can't stop now. I may lose followers. Has anybody felt like that? Where you creating all this content, you got it going, and you're in a flow, but you're starting to feel tired. Maybe you're starting to feel burnt out. You know, uh, if you stop, you might lose followers. And again, that's false. But I say to that, so what, right? If you lose followers, it doesn't matter, because as I have on this slide, a healthy creator makes the best content, right? You really need to be healthy, and your health is what's most important. Your followers, great. You got a great following. That is awesome. But you need to make sure that you're healthy. And you know what? It's okay to take breaks, because we need you healthy. We need you to be able to create the best content you can create. And I guarantee you, you and your health being at its best will be able to create the best content. I had an interview with Nicole Hawthorne. I know some of you know Nicole Hawthorne, NHCO. Of course, that's CJ Hawthorne's wife. But I interviewed her, and one of the most best things I heard from her, or some of the best advice that she gave, was that she said, I take breaks. And when she said that, I was like, wow, okay, I like that. She said, I take breaks sometimes, because you do feel burnout. You do feel like, I need to take a break. I need, I'm trying to get all this content out. But, it's false that you'll lose followers. And guess what? If you do lose followers because you're taking a break, maybe they weren't a good follower no way, right? Because that shouldn't matter. Again, like it's already been stated, we're human beings, right? Your health is more important than your followers. Of course, we want to make sure we create great content for our followers, but at the same time, it's okay for you to take a break. Okay. It's okay for you to take a break. You can take a break to invest time in yourself. Maybe you're taking a break to go learn or to try to perfect your craft. That is something worth taking a break for. Or maybe you're just taking a break to rest your mind, to free your mind so that you can gather your thoughts and so that you'll be refreshed and so that when you begin to start to create more content, now you're able to think clearly because a lot of times we just go 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 and we got families, we got life, some of us got church, and we have a whole lot of things that we are attached to. And if we allow all of these things to build up, then a lot of times it can affect our health. So we don't want any of you not healthy, right? So don't allow you thinking that I'll lose followers if I don't create content. Now I want to say this too, being consistent, right? Posting consistently and creating content consistently. That is one of the best ways to build your channel, build your platform. It is, but it's okay to take a break. Let your followers know, hey, I'm going to be taking a break to just to kind of regroup, get some things together. I'll be coming out with some new content, and that's okay. And I'm pretty sure all of your followers, content, all of those followers, they will understand because breaks are important, right? Again, your health is important. So don't feel like you need to just keep pumping it out, pumping it out, pumping it out because, I'm gonna lose followers. No, they're gonna be there. So don't worry about that. We need you. We need you healthy. So as a creator, as a content creator, and even as a human being or as a important person in your family needs you, more than your followers. So you want to make sure that you're not doing too much, and you want to make sure that you are able to put your best foot forward. So it is okay to take breaks, right? It's okay to take breaks. Let me get to some of these comments here. I want to say I appreciate y'all joining in and chiming in and adding all of your comments to this. All right. Tamika Lewis says all perfectionists feel that way. Yeah, we do, right? We do. You try to be perfect. You want everything perfect. If you listen to some of or if you go look at some of the videos of like Michael Jackson, right, some of his prep and all of that, he was a perfectionist, right? He didn't want to make no mistakes. And I can only imagine some of the dancers that danced with him, what they had to go through because everything has to be perfect. But that's a lot of pressure to trying to make sure you put forth a perfect show, a perfect platform, right? And sometimes that can hinder us. Not only that, but that can affect us trying to be so perfect, and it could be to our hurt or to our harm, right? Just teach. He says it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I already stated that comment. This is the one I want to get up here. Tamika Lewis says you got to take breaks to brainstorm to create new content. Yes, that is so true. Zay Mixon and recycle content. Hey, when you're breaking, that is so true. You can recycle the content that you already got out there. You already put content out there. You can repost it again. It doesn't matter that somebody saw it, a month ago. It doesn't matter. Or you can, chop it up. Maybe you got some long form video content. You can make little shorts or little reels out of it. So those are all things you can do while you are on the break. So don't think that taking a break will hinder your progress. If you need that break to regroup, by all means, do that. Okay, that is a great thing to do. All right, thank y'all for your comments and thank you for chiming in. If you're just now watching or if you just started tuning in, we're talking about appreciating where we are in the journey and being thankful. And like I said, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and like the video, share the video. Also, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Okay, I have one more myth that I want to uh, put up here. Oh, I had a third one. Oh, I did. I guess I didn't. I didn't. I didn't save it. But the third uh, myth that I want to share slides there, but it is talking about failure. I'm not sure how I didn't get that saved on there, but if I make mistakes, if I make mistakes, this is a sign that I am a failure. If I make mistakes, this is a sign that I am a failure. Again, we're talking about myths. So, but sometimes, especially maybe starting out, or even starting out, if you start to maybe try to compare yourself, or if you look at yourself and you say, "Man, I just seem like my channel, my platform's not growing." Sometimes we feel that making mistakes could be that hinder, right? But making mistakes is definitely, or it doesn't mean that you are a failure. Mistakes are a sign that, like Zay Mixon said, that you are human. And uh, contrary to what maybe some may think, we don't know it all. So it's okay that you make mistakes. Allow those mistakes to be your time of learning. Okay. So even though you make mistakes, because I make mistakes all the time, but even though you make mistakes, allow that time of mistakes to be a vantage point for you to grow. Okay. And we all make mistakes, but allow those mistakes to cultivate your mind to where now, okay, I see what I did wrong. Now let me learn from that. Okay, so that's what you want the mistakes to be. Mistakes are, they are just a point of reference to where you can learn from. That's right. We win when we learn. There is no failure, just learning. That's it. There is no failure, just learning. I think Mandela said that too, right? There is no failure. It's just learning, right? We all learn from our mistakes. So you got to look at too. We all won't be able to start out at 10. I love to quote the phrase from Tammy Shinbade. When I interviewed her and she was talking about how a friend talks about how we have to own our zero, right? And that means that those times where you make those mistakes, those times where you put that video out there and maybe you forgot to put a slide of, just like I left out one of the slides in this video, right? Or you feel that man, this wasn't my best effort, but allow that to be that time of zero, and you grow from there, because see, you'll be able to look back maybe a month from now, or 6 months from now, even a year from now, to look at like where you started and look at where you are now, and you'll be able to say, man, I've grown, my channel has grown, or my platform has grown, or I'm putting out better content now. So don't worry about making mistakes. It doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that you got an opportunity to learn. That's what that means. So yeah, just own that zero, because you'll be able to look back and say, man, that I look at where I started now and look at where I'm at now, and it's amazing how I've grown. I can look back at some of my first podcast episodes, and I look back at it and say, man, that was not good at all. That wasn't edited good at all. That was trash, right? But that's good, because you can look back and see where you've grown. Again, none of us start out at level 10, right? If you start at level 10, where's the growth? Where do you grow if you start out at level 10? Okay, so you gotta be able to appreciate where you're at, and just build from there, and allow yourself to keep going up levels as you learn from mistakes, as you learn from failure, as you just continue to grow. So don't allow failure to make you feel like you are a failure, because that's not what it means. It just gives you an opportunity to learn more, right? So you can allow failure to allow you to maybe you can get into some groups, some support groups that's in your niche, right? Where they can help, maybe they can help you and introduce you to some new methods that you can put into action, to where you can learn from this mistake and say, yeah, if you do this you can do that. And so but that's a way you can learn from your mistake. Go join some groups that in your niche, and they can help you learn. And again, this is not a sprint. It's a journey. It's like life, right? Sometimes we can try to go too fast, but there's a process to it. We got to learn. So don't worry about making mistakes. We all make mistakes. Okay. Just appreciate where you at and learn from it. And you'll feel a whole lot better, as a creator, as a content creator, or whatever it is, even, in your profession, right? Allow yourself to make those mistakes. but you just want to learn from it. You want to learn from it. All right. So in talking about thanks, of course, this this verse came to mind. This scripture. Give it thanks in all circumstances, in all situations. Just want to appreciate and give thanks. Okay, of course, that's First Thessalonians 5 and 18. Everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. So in everything, give thanks. Like I started out talking, some people are born with limitations, you know. So if you are, not in that situation, you have so much to be thankful for. You're not a failure. Maybe your platform is not where you want it to be, but that doesn't mean that you are a failure. Okay, and that's what a lot of times we got to get out of our mind, because we think that I should be here, but maybe that's not the case, and that's okay. Okay, that's okay. Again, don't compare yourself to others, but just appreciate where you are in this journey, and you'll feel a whole lot better as you begin to create more content. But in everything, give thanks, right? Putting it all in perspective. Putting it all in perspective. I know for myself, sometimes and early out, you feel like the algorithms of YouTube, Facebook, you feel like they're against you. When that's not the case. Okay. Sometimes you say, man, where are the views? Where are the likes? Where are how come nobody's sharing my stuff? That's okay. Don't worry about that. You can't worry about who's not liking your stuff, right? Who's not sharing your stuff, because there are some people that will share your stuff. You just got to get in the right channel, in the right groups, and you'll see you'll have some that will start to appreciate stuff, and your platform begin to grow. And not only that, but we learn. This is a journey. It's not a sprint. So you are learning as you go. So again, allow yourself to grow where you at, and you're going to appreciate this journey a whole lot more. But in everything, you want to give thanks. Appreciate your setbacks and celebrate your wins. I don't know if we do that enough, where we celebrate our wins, even if it's small, even if it's a small win. Celebrate your wins. Okay, celebrate your wins. If somebody gives a comment to your post, make sure you thank them, and you show appreciation to them. Maybe you can even share their comment, right? That they left you. If they give you a review, share it, right? Celebrate your wins. That is a win for you. Sometimes we minimize it, like, oh man, only one person comment, but that's great. They liked your material. Okay, we just got to get your material in front of the right eyes, because uh, as I've stated, and as I've even created videos, everybody is not going to like your content. You'll find out even maybe some of those closest to you, they won't like your content. And you know what? That's okay. Don't take that personal, right? Again, this is a journey, not a sprint, but just continue to perfect your craft and continue to grow. But appreciate the setbacks and celebrate your wins. If you make a sale, celebrate your wins, right? Celebrate it, because that is a great thing. Okay, that's a great thing. So celebrate your wins, appreciate your setbacks, and just continue to allow yourself to grow. Keep life in perspective. Okay, keep life in perspective. Family and friends is more important than algorithms. So before we even had Facebook, before we had YouTube, social media, most of us, we came together with our families. Our social media when I was younger, of course, was going outside, playing, riding our bikes, playing basketball, playing kickball. That was the social media that we had. So a lot of times we can get tied up and tangled up into the algorithms, into I created this content and it seems like I didn't get any views on it. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you created, let's say you create a video on YouTube. Let's say you create a video on YouTube, and you put your heart, you put your soul into that video. but it seems like, man, I didn't get that many views. It could be some tweaks you can make, of course, to get more views. But I'm gonna tell you something. You have to appreciate the fact that that I know for sure that I created a good video, regardless to what the algorithm says sometimes, right? Regardless of what the algorithm says, if you created a good video or you had a good interview or, you know, this was something that created, don't allow the algorithm to dictate how you feel about it. It's been out there for 2 weeks. I only got 20 views. That's okay. That's okay, right? It happens. Remember, this is a journey, not a sprint. So don't allow that to make you feel like I didn't put my best foot forward. Because many times, I'll just be honest, sometimes YouTube likes like videos that's talking about gossip, talking about the latest trash that's going on. But you created this great video that's got some good value to it. But somebody else can create something that it's like I said, it's gossip, or it's talking about the latest fad, or the latest Kim Kardashian, or whoever, right? And it'll get thousands of views. But you know what? That's okay. If that's not your niche, don't worry about it. If you put your best foot forward with your content, with your video, be happy in knowing that I know I put my heart and soul into that. I know that's a great video, and just leave it out there and allow it to grow. Who knows? A year from now, that video can have thousands of views. So, but all of that, like I said, you can look back and see where you have grown. Maybe you didn't get enough views because maybe there's something you can tweak, like maybe the thumbnail. Maybe you can change the thumbnail, or maybe you can do some different things, right, to get more views on a video. But don't allow algorithms to make you feel a downer, right? Like I didn't, YouTube, it didn't get that many views. That's okay. Again, it's a journey, not a sprint. So just appreciate where you are as a content creator, and even in life. Like I said, keep it all in perspective. Again, family and friends is more important than algorithms any day. Okay. If you got a family that's supporting you, that's what's important. Okay. As a creator, you can keep creating content, but don't forget about, what's most important, which is, our livelihood, our health, family that we have, and those things, because that's what's most important. You'll get to creating better content as you continue to learn and as you continue to grow, but just keep it all in perspective. Okay. And just appreciate where you're at on this journey. We, like I said, we all make mistakes. We all fail. We all don't put the best content out there, and sometimes we have errors. Sometimes we have this and that. But again, we're not perfect. It's okay to take breaks, and just because you make mistakes, it doesn't mean that you are a failure. Definitely doesn't mean that. So don't allow those things to weigh your mind as a creator, and don't even allow that to hinder you even in life. So just appreciate where you are and be thankful, because at the end of the day, we have so much to be thankful for. And that was the purpose, of course, for me bringing this video up tonight. Of course, like I said, I know Thanksgiving is coming up on us, and I want to say to everybody again, thank you for joining me on tonight. I appreciate all the comments and everybody that has made comments on tonight. Thank you for being here. Again, if you're new here, like the video, share the video, also subscribe to the channel. I want to say also to everyone, hey, have a happy and blessed and safe Thanksgiving with your family. Enjoy. Don't eat too much. Eat good. Don't eat too much. But I know it's gonna be some good eating going on. But enjoy yourself, and just be thankful for where you at. Appreciate life and what God has given to you and what He has put in your hands. And so that was my reason for bringing this video up tonight. Again, I want to say I appreciate you all for joining. Thank you for being present in this video. And again, have a happy, safe, blessed Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all in the next video.